one's allowed to talk, is that it? You can't talk?
No, you intimidate them.
Good God, you're a woman.
Welcome back to Director's Choice. There are the superheroes that we can relate to because they've had a hard time finding and accepting their identity in life. There are those that we find endearing because of the amount of responsibility bestowed on them. And there are those that we find simply comical because of their simplistic approach to life. But you see, the subject of our video is none of those things.
Yeah, I can fly.
In fact, he's the direct opposite, and the only thing that he has in common with them is the fact that he's a superhero. We're talking about Tony Stark, aka Iron Man.
The Jericho.
In this episode of Director's Choice, we're going to get a glimpse at the billionaire superhero from the lenses of his best friend. Well, hypothetically. What parts of the friendship would make you want to pull out your hair? What parts would make you take a friends forever vow? What parts would be the right mix of both? It's time to find out what it would be like to be best friends with Tony Stark.
Damn. Good luck keeping up.
Let's get right into it.
Drop your Crocs and grab your socks. We're about to get wet on this ride.
Pro, a life of undiluted fun. If there's one word that can describe Tony Stark, it's fun. Although he would prefer to describe himself in 4 words: genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice.
Tony Stark lived quite an eventful life before the invention of his super-powered armor, and still found a way to mix in the fun while being a superhero. He knows how to have a good time, and as his best friend, you'll get to ride shotgun. You never have to wait in line to get into an elite venue, or plan for months before you can have a fun evening out in the city. With Tony Stark, every day is a fun day. Con, you'll need a pin for his inflated ego. Being Tony Stark's best friend comes with a lot of perks, but it also comes with a lot of disadvantages. While you get to go to all the cool places and rock the best outfits, being his best friend also means that you may have to be the bubble-bursting pin in his life, because if there's anything Tony Stark has more than money, it's ego.
Thank you. Been a while since I was in front of you. I figure I'll stick to the cards this time.
Tony can be narcissistic and self-absorbed, which makes him very oblivious to the reality of others and the impacts of his behavior on other people. His inflated ego can get you into trouble because you're his best friend. If he's mouthing off to the owner of the restaurant where you guys are having dinner, or trying to prove his status at a car dealership where they aren't taking kindly to his attitude, you may have to be the grounding effect to remind him that being rich doesn't make him invincible.
I'm going to take the jet to DC tonight.
Tomorrow.
You have homework. You have a lot of homework.
Well, what if I didn't?
Though it's going to be a stressful day, that's the price of being best friends to a genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist like Tony Stark.
Honestly, I'm a bit hungover. I'm not sure if you're real or if I'm having delirium. I am very real. I'm the realest person you're ever gonna meet.
Pro, front row into the celebrity lifestyle. One of the perks of being a superhero is that everyone recognizes you. But it gets you to the next level when you double as an actual celebrity in your everyday life. And that's the reality of Tony Stark, and also your reality as his best friend. Not only do you get VIP entry into all the cool places, but you also get to hang out with your favorite celebrities because Tony is a party boy and celebrities love party boys.
Get ready for a major remodel, fellas. We're back in hardware mode.
So if you're a fan of Harry Styles, or you can recite all Leonardo DiCaprio's lines from every movie he has ever done, you may just get to hang out with them by being Tony Stark's best friend. Just imagine being in the same room with all the top celebrities from across the world. Now that's a big bonus to being someone's best friend.
I remember you do everything yourself. How's it working out for you?
Con, stuck in the aftermaths of fame. Not all that glitters is gold, and the best way to find out is by being a celebrity's friend. Though you might get premium premiere tickets for the latest movies and get to hang out with somebody that can make supersuits from metal, it has a downside.
Do not touch me again.
Then don't take my stuff.
Will that be all, Mr. Stark? Yes, that will be all, Miss Rushman. Thank you very much.
The fame sometimes gets into his head, and he can be a complete douche. Also, there are a lot of eyes on him to be the perfect businessman or the perfect superhero, so he may not be 100% your friend at all times. Whenever fame starts shedding light on the negative aspects, you may have to put up with a lot of nastiness as Tony Stark's best friend. Pro: access to the coolest suit in cinematic history. Speaking about making superhero suits, Tony Stark has one of the coolest superhero suits in the whole of Marvel history, and as his best friend, he would definitely allow you to try it on, or maybe one of the many copies that he has. Or who knows, he might actually make you your own special Iron Man's best friend suit.
I heard you broke the perimeter.
Yeah. That was like 3 years ago. Where you been?
I was doing some stuff.
Yeah, well, me too, and it worked.
Just picture yourself turning up to LA's hottest Halloween costume parties in an actual Iron Man suit, with Iron Man himself at your side, because who goes for Halloween parties without their best friend?
Lab's all set up, boss.
Oh, actually, he's the boss. I just pay for everything and design everything and make everyone look cooler.
What's the word on Strucker?
Con: dealing with his mood swings. Another downside to being best friends with someone like Tony Stark is having to deal with the aftermath that years of trauma have caused him. As his best friend, you might just be the closest person in his orbit to bear the brunt of his constant mood swings. Tony struggles with an identity crisis that directly parallels his egocentric behavior and self-absorption. Whenever there's a clash between these two mindsets, he can get into a depressive state, and as his best friend, you need to be there for him. On the contrary, he could just as well get into an aggressive mood, which may end with the drive-thru attendant throwing your lunch out the window. You need to be able to manage his mood swings depending on the situation.
No, we know what it sounds like.
Tony, after everything you've seen, is anything really
Quantum
impossible?
fluctuation messes with the Planck scale, which then triggers the Deutsch proposition. Can we agree on that?
Pro: the best gifts money can buy. I think we've mentioned the fact that Tony has more money than he knows what to do with. But just for context, what's the wildest thing you have ever thought about owning? A Rolls Royce? A private jet? Your very own McDonald's? Anything you want, Tony Stark can afford it. In fact, if you're big on space travel, he can make it happen without waiting for Elon Musk, and that's saying something. So you can tally up his lapses for the week or month or year and get the gift equivalent of the stress you've gone through. Con: occasionally being thrown under the bus. For a genius, Tony Stark can be very mischievous, and as his best friend, well, you can't be a party pooper. There are moments when he does something like buying the wrong Valentine's Day present for Pepper Potts. Tony may be quick to point the blame finger at you for misleading him, even though we all know you reminded him, again, that she was allergic to strawberries. But as his best friend, you have to put up with occasionally being thrown under the bus.
Come on in.
Wheels up in 25 minutes.
Thank you.
Anything else, boss?
I'm good.
No, I'll
Hap.
be just another minute.
Tony Stark is a textbook case of what happens when a lot of problems meet a lot of money, aka your average rich kid. However, with the creation and acceptance of his superpowered armor, Tony Stark has grown beyond a lot of his terrible antics to become a great person and an even better friend. As a friend, Tony Stark would be willing to go above and beyond in loyalty to his friends. While he may not have a perfect personality, Tony Stark would give it his all to being the best friend he can be, and that's definitely something to look forward to. What do you think? Would you get along with Tony Stark as his best friend? Let us know in the comments section below. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us on the breakdown of what being best friends with Tony Stark would be like. Take a look at this other recent clip by Director's Choice, and make sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell to get alerts for all our latest videos.